Welcome to our SASSCAL podcast. My name is Sharon Kavu and I am your host, and we continue with our series where we are talking about the impact of the Earth Observation Data Validation Workshop that was done in Lusaka, Zambia at Grand Palace Hotel. And today in the studio, we are joined with one of the participants who has benefited from this training session, Mr. Andrew Shonkola, who's coming from the Ministry of Agriculture. Mr. Andrew is an irrigation engineer, and he was glad to be part of this training session. Welcome, Mr. Andrew, to this podcast.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Okay, as we start into our podcast, maybe you can just give us a brief a summary on why you wanted to attend to this training workshop.
Thank you so much. So I have passion for GIS, and when I saw the advertisement, I was so interested because I'm always desiring to learn so that I can apply my knowledge in the development of my tasks as part of the responsibility I have. I know the utilization of GIS and technologies, Earth observations, with regards to my work, it makes outputs easy, and also it helps to ensure that you're able to collect data in real time. So when I saw it, I said, okay, this is the best opportunity for me to go and have extra knowledge and enhance my skills in this line of my discipline. Yes.
Wow, interesting. So during the training workshop, what can you say has been the most impactful sessions for you?
Yes, so you see, I was able to get the concept which I had always thought there could have been easier ways of doing, one of which is where drones were being applied to remotely validate information, classify certain elements. So in that regard, I was also able to see that with using drone technology, we're able even to get topographical information such that we are able to develop even contours, and then you can be able to make decisions from that far. Because in a normal case, you would require to physically go in such an area, spend days for you to get certain data which is obvious, and you need to have a specific set of skills for you to do it. But then if you could manage to develop such a thing in few minutes of just flying a drone, and then you're able to get information to the details of, because I noticed that it had a resolution of 4 centimeters. That much is so much accurate that you can use that information to do proper designs before you can even physically get to go on the ground. So maybe there could be 1 or 2 things which might be essential to check, but the information itself is so much reliable. So I was so intrigued when I saw that actually technology has advanced to that level, and that we can be able to get the maximum information remotely using such technology. So that was so amazing for me, and I wish I could get more understanding, but of course materials will be sent, and I feel it will be so much applicable in my skills, because there are a lot of times where we are required to do some assessment of potential dam sites, and you have to make engineering judgment, which is so reliable that people can make informed decision out of it. So I looked at it, I said, okay, so it means my work can be made easier now. I wouldn't have to spend a lot of days before I can give my superiors the needed information. But then using these technologies, I'm able to get the exact information, almost exact information, and be able to make a decision. That was so intriguing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You working for the ministry and also working with the people and also getting to know about this technology. How, in your opinion, how will this technology impact the issues that you how will it be of a benefit to the community as a whole?
Exactly. In our situation, especially now, we are in a situation where we have this drought, and we've had a lot of need for us to monitor and observe water holding infrastructure. So it has happened that we are spending most of the time traveling to and fro to these locations, whereby if we had enough technology of this nature, we would make a fry once and then we can make several decisions from the observations we've made, as opposed to this time I collect this data, the next time I have to go back and collect that information. And that in the end, it is taking away the time we need to act in response to the drought condition we're experiencing right now. So for me, I feel once such technologies are embraced, we'll be able to respond in real time and be able to give mitigation measures to most of the most of the problems we are currently experiencing.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so profound. It's very interesting now that we are evolving and catching up with the technology. So maybe if you could just give us an overview of the technology when it comes to validating the data, and then also working for a governmental institution. How would such technology help in terms of the policymakers or advocating for policies?
Yes, so when you work for a government, first of all, there's a perception where people think maybe the government is slow and they cannot give accurate information. Yeah, maybe because of certain limitations here and there. Yeah, but then you realize that I feel when technology comes in, it takes away the need for maybe involvement of a lot of people. You realize where you needed to have 10, you can have 2, and you're able to deliver that. So for me, I feel it is something we cannot learn away from, especially as a government. And I feel once we get on board and we ride on these opportunities, like this opportunity which came, it has brought light unto us that actually we can do certain things in a better way. I feel in the long term, it will be so essential even in the decision making of our leaders, because we'll be able to give information as quickly as they want it, and then be able to act in the response in the rightful manner, especially from the government. There is a perception where people feel the government responds slowly. Of course, they'll respond, but the assumption is that they are usually slow. Such kind of thing. So I feel this becomes an opportunity for us to change the narrative. Yes, of course, I have to appreciate the organizers of this training. Yeah, it was in a short notice, but I see they've put in a lot. It is not easy to organize people from different backgrounds, different disciplines, and then want to teach them the same thing, and then they expect them to assimilate at the same time. But you could see that at the end of the day, almost every one of us was able to understand and grasp what was being taught. It shows how much effort and preparations has been done in the background. So I would love to thank SASSCAL, WeMAST team, and everyone who's made this thing possible. Surely they will be able to appreciate even as they come, or maybe do some evaluations of the impact this will have in our execution of duty.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us in this podcast. And to our listeners, thank you so much for taking your time to listen to the podcast. And remember, you know what to do when you have any follow-up questions, comments, and any queries. You can put them on our social media comment section. Would appreciate that. Bye for now.